You thought I wasn't going to chug it. Joke's on you. Oh, I've got to recover from the brain freeze for a second. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys again for clicking on today's video. We've got a special one for you. I have been telling you for the past 8 weeks now. I've been telling you for the past 8 weeks now that I was going to unveil a little surprise. Well, one thing led to the other. Make that about 14 to 16 weeks probably. One thing led to the other. Next thing you know, here we are. Time has passed. Things have happened. Things have changed. I haven't told you any of it. I feel really bad about that. So now I'm going to update you on what's been going on with this car and the other little surprise that I think I told you 2 or 3 videos ago, and give you a little story on how this all happened. So stay tuned and let's hit the intro. All right. Welcome to why I chose the Dodge Challenger and how we ended up with this little surprise, which I will unveil in a little bit. So, why did I choose the Dodge Challenger? Well, let's see. I was born in 1998, and that being said, right when I kind of hit that age of about 6 years old to 10 to 12 years old is when Fast and Furious movies started to become pretty prevalent. The first Fast and Furious movie was released in 2001, so that would have been 3 years after I was born. So that means in 2009, when the 5th Fast and Furious movie was released, that's kind of when I was about 9 years old, when I was starting to understand what cars were and what cars could be. So yeah, I watched all the Fast and Furious movies that were out at that time. That being said, I watched those movies and, like every other little kid, fell in love with one of two things. Either Paul Walker, his Supra, that orange Supra, or my personal favorite car that I've ever seen was Dominic Toretto's 70 Dodge Charger. That thing was absolutely amazing. When I watched that movie, it's really what made me fall in love with the Dodge brand of vehicles. When I seen that Dodge Charger with the big air intake, the big hoot scoop on the front, the power that was put down to the wheels, the big wheelie it did, all in that scene. Let's take a look at that scene quick. After that scene, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Then, the movie carries on. He starts talking about, I live my life a quarter mile at a time and all that kind of stuff. And, as a little kid, seeing this big muscled out dude driving one of those cars, like talking like that, I was like, man, that looks awesome. That's something I want to model when I grow up. Well, fast forward. So in 2008, when the first modern day Dodge Challenger came out, and I seen that, I was just like, wow, it's a modern day muscle car that has a throwback to that 70 Charger Challenger look to it, and that's the car for me. So in 2008, I would have been 10 years old. I was still 6 years away from getting my driver's license, and I was like, this is awesome. It's got a big engine, it's loud, it's cool, it's got that retro look to it. That's the car I want to have someday. Well, fast forward about 6-8 years. Long story short, I ended up getting a good scholarship at college, went to college, and now I'm at the point where they have the Hellcat out, and I'm just like, wow, that's the car I want to get. Someday I'm going to have a Dodge Challenger. Going to try to get the biggest engine I can, obviously for the amount of money that I can afford. The Hellcat's the big thing. I graduated from high school in 2016. I graduated from college in 2020. So it was my senior year of college, right before graduation, right before COVID hit. My parents were actually taking a trip up to Wisconsin to visit family. That's where all of our family is from. Well, when they did that, they were going to rent a vehicle because the bugs are really bad in Wisconsin. And when they went to the rental place did not have a vehicle they did not have the vehicle they had picked out. So instead they said, well, you have a couple options here. You can either pick a Dodge Challenger or like 2 other sedans. But the main focus here is Dodge Challenger was one of the options. So they ended up taking the Challenger, and all through high school, college, grade school, all that, big fan of the Dodge. I was a huge fan of the Dodge Challenger. I love the Challengers. And so they knew this, and I actually didn't go on this trip to Wisconsin with them. So they proceeded to take a picture, and they sent it to me in a text. And I was at school that day, so I hadn't looked at my text. Well, I'm actually going to insert a picture of the Challenger that they rented into the video, which you will be seeing on the screen probably right about now. Long story short, I get a call after I got out of class that said, hey, have you looked at your text? So I took a look at my text, and there was a picture of a Challenger. I was like, oh, whatever. They seen one on the road, took a picture of it, sent it to me, said, oh, this is cool. I was like, okay. So then I called them and I said, what's this Challenger picture all about? And they said, that's the car we rented to go to Wisconsin. I said, no way. Well, then while we were on the phone, my dad was driving. He proceeded to step on the gas pedal, and it was just the RT. It was a 5.7, and I heard the engine sound or the exhaust over the phone. And I said, no way, you're in that car. So they were like, yeah, we are, and they did that. I was like, oh, you guys are so lucky. Blah, blah, like, make a long story short, they went all the way to Wisconsin and back in it. And when they got back, they actually picked me up for dinner, and we went to dinner that was the first time I actually ever ridden in a Dodge Challenger, was going to dinner when I was still in college. I'd seen them, but I'd never ridden in one until then. Well, after that, the parents, dad especially, fell in love with the car. Extremely comfortable, has a lot of room, just had no complaints about it, and it was a fun car to drive. So after they dropped me off in that, I went up to the house. They texted me, take care or whatever. I texted them back. I said, after riding in that, I'm sold. Like, that's the car I'm gonna have someday. So for a college graduation gift, I was gonna actually do a traveling hunt with my dad. My dad and I like to hunt and fish, and because of COVID and the end of I graduated college right when COVID-19 started or the pandemic started. We couldn't do that. Everything was shut down. We couldn't travel, couldn't do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, well, it would cost X amount for us to go on this hunting trip. How about I give you X amount of dollars to put a down payment on a Challenger? I'm like, well, if that's what you're interested in doing, awesome. So basically, we split 50-50 for the down payment. I put 50% down. He matched whatever 50% I put down on it, and then I took over the car payments from there. So that's how I ended up with this. Through the whole car buying process, my parents were both like, you don't need a Scat pack. You can just stick to the RT, the 5.7 liter V8. I'm like, well, the Scat pack would be cool. But the big 3 things I was looking for when I was getting my car was this color, Destroyer Gray. Who doesn't love this color? I was looking for the shaker hood, which you can see right over my shoulder here. And you can't really see it from this angle, but if you watch any of my other videos, you'll see it all over the place. This specific stripe that's on this car. It's one of the Shakedown Stripes. It runs all the way from the front to the back, and it's only on the driver's side of the vehicle. And I just thought that was kind of a unique stripe to come from the factory. Well, even more comical than that is that not only did I had been in love with these cars since I was just a wee lad. In the process of doing this all, Mom and Dad kind of started to take a liking for the vehicle as well. So all while I was growing up, my parents, my dad especially, was a huge Camaro fan, huge Chevy Camaro fan. That's what he always talked about, and we would always go back and forth about what was faster, the Challenger or the Camaro. So it's just kind of funny now that the tides have turned. So now that you've kind of got a background story on how I acquired this car and why I chose the Challenger, it's time to finally show you the surprise that you've all been waiting to see for quite a while now. So, after many months of waiting and many months of things happening behind the scenes, my parents went out and they liked my car so much, and the one that they rented to go to Wisconsin in, they went out and they got their own Challenger. Now, before I show you it, because Dad really likes the Destroyer gray color, they were like, should we get one the same color as yours, or would you care? And I was like, hey, it's up to you, it's your car. Everyone does what they want to do with their own car. So I said, I got mine the way I wanted it, you go ahead and get yours the way you want it. So it's time to finally unveil fully the full surprise that you've all been waiting for. So without further ado, let's take a look. Alrighty, I am now ready to show you the surprise. So as one very well-known person would say, it's time for the main event of the evening, sanctioned by Dodge, Mopar, and SRT Powered Technologies. Now introducing, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 4,256 pounds, a Dodge Challenger wide body Scat pack. Oh boy, here it is, guys, the long awaited vehicle that I have been telling you all about and ready to show you. There it is, the white wide body Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. You can see those custom stripes there, tinted windows, it's got the whole works, and man, it just looks amazing out here. This has been long overdue, guys. We've been waiting to show you this, and I tell you what, it can't look much better than it does on a day like today. Get rid of all the bugs, all the stuff off of it, and you have yourself a nice white knuckle wide body Scat Pack. 392 cubic inches of fun. Gosh, it looks good out here, doesn't it? I mean, just what a true homage to American muscle these cars are. The lines, everything about it, you got the big hips, just incredible. Wow, it looks good. All right, so now that I've finally officially unveiled the big surprise, we're gonna go over, we're gonna take a look at, we're gonna go over all the options that are on it, the interior, we're gonna go over everything. So, without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, I am now behind the camera, so let's take a look at this white wide body Scat Pack here. Let's go ahead and open up the door and see what it's looking like on the inside. Yes, so we do have that red Alcantara interior, which looks amazing. And just look at the interior on this car. Dodge absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. This steering wheel, no, it is not stock. I will get to that either later in this video or in another video. But just take a look at that. So here's some of the options on it. Red Alcantara heated ventilated seats. Got the, I believe it's called the driver convenience group, where it's got the warnings on the mirrors. It's got the memory of the driver's seat, so you can have two profiles you can set. Got the carbon fiber dash, so down here all this carbon fiber. Got the Alcantara suede headliner, the power sunroof up there. Man, this thing's just looking good. And yes, it is a 21 Scat Pack. You can tell because of the Brembo brakes say SRT or CERT, Certified Badass. It's a shout out to Mopar Brody. If you don't know who that is, take a look. Got your gas hole here. Good Lord, this thing's just looking fire. Ghost Bee is the name of the car, and just looks amazing. All right, let's pop the hood and take a look. Boom, that hood's open, and there you can see the 6.4 liter 392 cubic inch V8 powered American Muscle Hemi, powered by SRT. And for those of you that have watched my other videos, that is what it looks like without a shaker hood on it. If you're curious what the shaker hood looks like, check out my other videos, because my car is a shaker. But just look at this thing. I mean, this thing is absolutely mean. Got that Hellcat hood. I mean, what a vehicle. So this is what I've been waiting to show you guys. This was the big surprise coming. Took a little bit of time with the custom striping and whatnot, but finally I can unveil it on the big screen. Well guys, so this is the new car to the channel. Not my new car. My car is still the Destroyer Gray Shaker Scat Pack, but this is the parent's car, and we will be doing some reviews of both, like comparison and contrast between the narrow body and the wide body. That being said, definitely going to be doing just a general overall feel difference of driving a narrow body Challenger versus the wide body. My wheels on mine are 245s. I believe these are 305s. Let me double check that for you. Yes, they're 305 all season. What, Pirellis, I think? Yeah, P0 Pirellis. So we'll definitely do a comparison and contrast between the narrow body and the wide body. Also going to be looking at a overall driving feel, but that'll probably be in the same video. We might do some pulls here and there, not sure yet. It'd be hard to shoot that from both vehicles. Overall, I can't say enough good things about this car. It definitely handles different, but we'll cover that in the compare contrast video, because I've driven both a little bit now. But I mean, just what a gorgeous car. Just take a look at that. What a car. Dodge really knows what it's doing when it comes to American muscle. Now I'm going to quick give you a list of what is stock on this car and what is aftermarket that we've had done to it. So the things that have been done to it so far, obviously this stripe, this pinstripe and this stripe, those are not stock. Those were aftermarket. Those were done by Cool Touch Graphics in St. Louis, Missouri. And you can see it's actually a honeycomb pattern. It's a Scat Pack, so that, you know, that's the reason for the honeycombs. And then if you look closely, because there's a little bit of a carbon fiber theme going on with this car, each honeycomb is actually carbon fiber patterned. As well as another thing that's not stock is all the side marker lights. All these. Those have a vinyl cover put on them from Lux Auto Concepts. They do, or Auto Designs, something, you can look them up. They do a bunch of different decals for vehicles. They make side marker tint covers. This one we went with the dark carbon fiber look. So if you look close to that, it's carbon fiber. Personally, carbon fiber can get to be too much on things if you do too much of it. So the idea here is trying to keep as much carbon fiber without getting too much where it becomes gaudy. That being said, all four side markers are done. There is ceramic coat and clear bra done on this vehicle. So everything's covered and protected. The windows are tinted just like on my car. The passenger, the driver's side, and the rear windows are all at 10%, and the windshield is a 35% tint. My vehicle, the passenger side, the driver's side, the rear vehicle, rear window are 15%, and the windshield is 35. So both windshields are 35. They went a little darker with the rest of the windows. As for other things that are not stock, you've seen that steering wheel earlier. That is not stock, that is from VicRez. This was just one of their basic steering wheels without the LED lights and whatnot. So it was pretty simple to swap and install. They have a good installation video. If you're interested in that, check them out. I'll put a link for VicRez in the description below. And that's pretty much it for things they've done to their car. They're still looking at some other stuff that you typically do to Challengers, but like catch can and things of that nature. So I'll keep you updated on that. But for now, I just wanted to show you the new car in our garage. And let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you like it. I know my parents love it, and I know when I get the opportunity to drive it, I have fun. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. If you guys want to see anything specific between the wide body versus the narrow body, hopefully I can do a video on that and come back later for some more content. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe. It helps me out immensely, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you. But until then, take care, and we'll see you on the roads.
Sometimes I'm selfish, get jealous, I feel